Hello people and welcome to Shifting Gears, and in today's video I have with me the 2021 BS6 compliant BMW Motorrad G310R. इस बाइक की कीमत शुरू होती है 2.5 लाख रुपयों से एक शोरूम, और पुराने BS4 फर्स्ट जनरेशन G310R के मुकाबले इस बाइक की कीमत काफ़ी कम हो चुकी है. BMW Motorrad slashed more than 50,000 rupees when they launched this, the updated motorcycle here in the Indian market. As we all know, BMW Motorrad की ये G310R मोटरसाइकिल इंडियन मार्केट के लिए और ग्लोबल मार्केट्स के लिए इंडिया में बनाई जाती है बाय TVS मोटर कंपनी. चलिए इस वीडियो में देख लेते हैं व्हाट आर द चेंजेस ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर मोटरसाइकिल. क्या नया मिल रहा है आपको इस BS6 अपडेटेड मोटरसाइकिल के साथ, बिकॉज इवन दो द प्राइस हैज गॉन डाउन, BMW Motorrad has managed to give you some extra features, some extra kit, so that is commendable. सबसे पहले तो बात कर लेते हैं इस मोटरसाइकिल के राइडर्स ट्रायंगल के बारे में, बिकॉज इन दैट डिपार्टमेंट नथिंग हैज चेंज्ड. ये BMW Motorrad की G310R मोटरसाइकिल, it has always been a sporty, naked roadster motorcycle which you can make use of in the daily urban jungle. So when you swing a leg, check this out, it is very easy because the saddle height is very accessible. I am 5 feet 8 inches in height and I have both my feet flat on the ground. मुझे कोई भी दिक्कत नहीं हो रही है to feel comfortable on this motorcycle. Now the thing that has changed on the bike overall is the weight. इस बाइक का कर्व वेट अभी है 164 kg, while the old BS4 compliant motorcycle used to weigh 158.5 kg. So that is a weight increase of 5.5 kilograms with this updated motorcycle with the BS6 update. अभी इस मोटरसाइकिल का जो टॉप स्पीड क्लेम है, by the way, even with the addition of this extra bulk, it still stays 143 kmph, and BMW Motorrad's claim of fuel efficiency also stays the same, which is 3.3 liters for 100 kilometers. Since we are talking about the rider's triangle, इस बाइक की जो सीट है इसे देख लीजिए. The seat has been designed a little differently now to make it even more comfortable for riders. By default, इस बाइक की saddle height है 785 millimeters. If you think you are shorter and if you are not feeling comfortable, आप optional low seat option खरीद सकते हो, which will make the saddle height 770 millimeters. And if you think that it is too low, you can get a higher seat option, which will then increase the saddle height to 800 millimeters. Check this out. When I swing a leg on this bike, I am completely at peace. And the rider's triangle is such that आप ज़्यादा आगे की तरफ झुक के नहीं बैठते हो. Check this out. I don't really have to lean forward too much to feel comfortable and to grab on to these wide handlebars. And this is going to be very useful when you are commuting inside the city, because you will not feel tired at all. ये जो knee recesses हैं on this fuel tank, they are also carved out very nicely, so you can grab onto the bike very well between your legs when you are riding this bike on canyon roads, on ghat roads. And on this seat आप देख लीजिए, आपको आगे पीछे मूव करने के लिए थोड़ी जगह जरूर मिल रही है. It is not really generous, but there is some space that you can make use of. In terms of rider ergonomics, आप यहाँ पे देख लीजिए, फुट पेग जो है वो ज्यादा रेयर सेट नहीं है, and you have a rubber mount on the foot peg so that the waves are reduced a little and you get that extra bit of grip as well. And also check this out that with the BS6 update, अभी आपको इस मोटरसाइकिल के साथ एडजस्टेबल ब्रेक और क्लच लीवर दिया गया है. You have 4 levels of adjustments so that you can feel comfortable while riding this bike. And because of this adjustment, even if you have shorter fingers, you will have no problem riding this BMW Motorrad G310R. अभी चलिए डिजाइन चेंजेस के बारे में बात कर लेते हैं. द बाइक इज श्योरली कंफर्टेबल, वी नो दैट, वी ऑलवेज न्यू दैट, एंड इट कंटिन्यूज टू स्टे कंफर्टेबल. बट व्हाट इज एक्स्ट्रा, व्हाट इज न्यू इन टर्म्स ऑफ द विजुअल अपीयरेंस ऑफ दिस बाइक, चलिए उसके बारे में बात करते हैं. सबसे पहले सामने से आप मोटरसाइकिल को देख लीजिए. यू गेट अ न्यू हेडलैम्प यूनिट, यू गेट अ फुल LED यूनिट, एंड इट लुक्स वेरी गुड. एंड you can notice that internal components जो हैं वहाँ पे आपको smoke effect देखने मिलेगा, and you have this very stylish looking LED DRL in the headlamp cluster which adds a nice sporty touch, a nice premium touch. You can also notice कि ये जो bikini fairing है यहाँ पे around the headlamp, that is also body colored, and you can notice that the 310 branding has been done up over here, so it is very nicely done. ज़्यादा loud decals नहीं है, ज़्यादा hard BMW Motorrad try नहीं कर रहे हैं with the body decals and graphics, and I really like it. You can also notice that the gold finish forks, they are very chunky. They also add a good visual touch to the overall motorcycle. और fork पे आपको ये lateral visibility के लिए reflectors भी दिए गए हैं, which are going to come in very useful when you ride this motorcycle in low visibility situations or at night. नीचे आप देख लीजिए alloy wheels जो हैं डिजाइन में कोई भी चेंज नहीं किया गया है, and this bike comes with Michelin tires as stock, but these are not really all that great. TVS offers much better rubber on their Apache RR 310 in our books at least. Looking at the finer details, इस बाइक के साथ आपको आगे एक डिस्क ब्रेक दिया गया है. You have a bi-brake caliper over here for the front disc, and you have steel braided lines as well to give you good stopping power. You can check it out that everything has been very neatly put together. सभी चीजें काफी प्रीमियम नजर आती है इस मोटरसाइकिल पे. Also new for 2021 are the turn indicators, and you can check it out that they are also of the LED type. और ये पुराने टर्न इंडिकेटर्स के मुकाबले काफी छोटे भी हैं, एंड दे लुक वेरी नाइस एंड दे लुक वेरी स्टाइलिश. और टर्न इंडिकेटर्स जो हैं यहाँ पे भी आपको स्मोक्ड ट्रीटमेंट देखने मिल जाती है. द न्यू बाइक डजंट कम विद एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ फ्लाई स्क्रीन. यहाँ पे नंबर प्लेट माउंट दिया गया है, एंड देयर इज ऑल्सो द आर ब्रांडिंग ओवर हियर over this small little applique which covers the speedometer cluster of this motorcycle. But you can of course attach a bigger fly screen if you wish from the aftermarket industry, if you think that is going to help you in the overall wind protection. Talking about the fuel tank of this motorcycle, यहाँ पे काफी सारे cuts और crease lines दिए गए हैं. सबसे पहले तो यहाँ पे देख लीजिए, you again get the R branding on this plastic applique which runs as the spine of this fuel tank. And then when you look at this fuel tank from the side, you will notice that there are so many cuts and crease lines that it looks very dynamic. यहाँ पे आपको BMW का logo भी दिया गया है. You again have this R branding on these radiator cowls which also have been reprofiled, and they look very stylish indeed. And just check it out, everything now gets a dark theme. जितने भी मैकेनिकल पार्ट्स हैं यहाँ पे अभी आपको डार्क पेंट ऑप्शन दिया गया है, unlike the silver finishes which you used to get on the BS4 motorcycle. Also come up close and check this out. ये जो क्रैश बार है यहाँ पे, this is not part of the standard kit. This is something that you will have to buy from the dealer level if you are buying this BMW Motorrad G310R. Engine के नीचे आप देख लीजिए, you get a plastic finished engine underbelly cowl as well. Looking at the exhaust of this motorcycle, यहाँ पे कोई भी बदलाव नहीं किए गए हैं with the BS6 update. It looks the same on the G310R, on the G310GS, and even on the TVS Apache RR 310. You can notice that the exhaust, primarily the end can, has been finished in black, and then you have this satin chrome element over here to add a nice premium touch. Rear foot peg जो है यहाँ पे आपको कोई भी रबर माउंट नहीं दिया गया है, but everything has been put together very nicely. मुझे fit and finish में कोई भी problems नजर नहीं आए. It is a BMW Motorrad after all. It is a premium brand, and they are doing enough justice with the cycle parts that they are using here for the Indian market and also for the world. Looking closely at the mechanical bits, यहाँ पे आप देख लीजिए कि चैसी जो है वो पूरी तरीके से black finish में दी गई है. Even the engine components, they have been finished in this dark gunmetal finish, if you would like to call it. BMW has another word for it. You can see that on the screen right now. ये जो rear monoshock है, it is adjustable for preload, और यहाँ पे आपको white finished spring दी गई है. But the front suspension, the upside down forks, they are not adjustable for preload or just any adjustment at all. But then the suspension setup still on this bike is the most ideal, and we are going to talk about that in the ride video, which is a separate video. So do check it out and subscribe to the Shifting Gears channel. Looking at the rear end of this motorcycle, आपको इस बाइक के साथ LED tail lamps दिए गए हैं. You have a clear lens setup and it looks very nice and premium, looks very sporty as well, और visibility भी काफी अच्छी है. Check it out how the turn indicators have been mounted. You can also get a tail tidy from the aftermarket industry, because now there are a lot of parts which you can buy if you want to make your bike look different compared to what others are owning here in India and abroad. At the pillion end, for his and her convenience, आपको यहाँ पे grab rails दिए गए हैं. They are very easy to grab onto and they come in very handy जब आपको ये मोटरसाइकिल मूव भी करनी है. Lower down आप देख लीजिए, because this is an India spec motorcycle. आपको ये बड़ा सा सारी गार्ड दिया गया है. doesn't look very ugly, but I am sure most of you are going to take it out as soon as you ride out with this motorcycle from the showrooms. इस बाइक के साथ आपको एक एल्यूमिनियम स्विंग आर्म भी दिया गया है, and then check it out that the gear shifter is a toe shifter only because this is a sporty roadster motorcycle. But then from the rider's point of view as well, there are a few changes on this new G310R motorcycle. आप देख लीजिए कि switch gear जो है ये अब नया है and the quality is just fantastic. It feels very good to use और काफी अच्छा tactile feedback आपको यहाँ पे मिल जाता है. Looking at the right hand side of the switch gear, you will notice that this bike now comes with ride-by-wire electronic throttle operation. So this is also a big update moving in to the BS6 standards for this G310R. But what has not changed is the speedometer cluster. अब काफी लोग ये complain कर रहे थे that you are still getting a LCD unit and not a TFT color display unit. But I am not going to complain about it because यहाँ पे आपको सभी information देखने मिल जाती है. You can check it out. You have trip 1, you have trip 2, then you have your engine temperature, you also have your riding range left, you have your fuel consumption information, you have a digital fuel bar, you have a digital tachometer, you have a digital speed readout, you have a gear position indicator, you have a clock, and you also have a service interval reminder along with a couple of telltale lights here and there. And this is quite informative and it is very easy to read जब ये मोटरसाइकिल आप चला भी रहे होते हो. So although it is not fancy, it is still good enough and it is usable. Now expectations were high because the KTM 390 Duke offers such a fancy looking speedometer cluster unit, but this is good enough. अब BMW Motorrad ने इस बाइक की कीमत काफी कम कर दी है. They are offering you a lot more features like ride by wire, you have adjustable levers, you have a slipper assist clutch and just so much more now at such a good value that I don't really miss that this bike doesn't get a color display speedometer cluster, and I also don't miss that this doesn't get Bluetooth connectivity because I don't really care about that when I am swinging a leg on a motorcycle. This is a liquid cooled motorcycle by the way, so you can check it out. यहाँ से आपको radiator नजर आता है. You can also check out the oil filter which is very easy to access as well whenever this bike is going to need a service. So good premium motorcycle, very likable motorcycle and a very comfortable motorcycle as well. But there are a few chinks in its armor which we are going to talk about in the ride video, so you have to check it out before going out and buying this bike. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this 2021 BMW Motorrad G310R motorcycle. क्या ये naked roadster motorcycle आपको पसंद आई? If you have any other queries, let me know in the comments below and I will be more than happy to help you out. Goodbye, ride safe, always wear your helmet, always ride safely, say no to stupid stunting and just reach home safely.